Alright, so today I'm doing a long hair tutorial for guys, and girls, I guess, if they want to watch it. And I'm starting this video off in pigtails on purpose, but I'm gonna get back to that later and explain to you guys why. So, first of all, let me say that I decided to start growing out my hair for New Year's 2009. So 2008 and 2009, it was my resolution to grow my hair out. There was several reasons why. I was always kind of curious about what it would be like to have long hair. Also kind of the fact that everybody was telling me that if I did it, I wouldn't be able to pull it off or it wouldn't look good on me. And also just, you know, I was afraid that maybe one day when I'm old and decrepit and probably bald, that I'd regret that I never tried having long hair. So once I decided to do that, I, went on YouTube and I tried to look up videos for long hair for guys and maintenance and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to throw any shade at people or anything, but the other men I found on YouTube that did long hair tutorials, in my opinion, they all pretty much look like child molesters, and which is not the look I'm going for. So that kind of turned me off of it. And so what I tried next was I tried to look up tutorials that women did on long hair, and again, those were not fully successful because most women have had long hair their whole life, so in their videos they usually don't talk about things like the really basic things because they just assume other women would know how to take care of those already do those kind of things. They just putting your hair in a basic ponytail, or washing your hair or something like that, because that's things that they've had to do their whole life. It's not something like it's something they think they need to discuss. And the tips that they had were things that don't really apply, I feel like, to men a lot of times, because obviously they try to show styles that women would enjoy, or they don't really address the kind of things that men would worry about or think about in terms of having long hair. So some of the things that I'm going to discuss are like hair concerns that men have. Like obviously men are more likely to wonder about having thinning hair or balding hair. If they do grow their hair out, is it going to look effeminate? Or even like, I think something women don't have to think about, but like men do, is it going to be work appropriate or something? And age appropriate, let's be honest. Like I think as a guy, by the time you're in your like mid-30s, it's probably too late for you to grow your hair out if you haven't done so already. Because it's also an age thing. Like it's not age appropriate for a man to have long hair, because that's how society dictates it. I mean, unless you're maybe like kind of a rocker or something. Then I want to go over real quick about just like some really simple things that you can do with how you can style your hair really easily, and maybe some like really basic maintenance tips, and then kind of just like while I'm going through all that, I'm going to talk about some of the things that I feel like are true or aren't true in terms of hair myths that are out there if you're thinking about growing your hair out. And if I still have time, if the video isn't cut short, then maybe I'll go over really quickly some of the products that I use that I think are worth your time and money. So first let me show you guys a picture real quick. So this is how I wore my hair probably pretty much my whole life, that short, maybe even shorter right before I grew it out. Like I really had it just buzzed. So from that length to the length it is now, which is, if I didn't have curly hair, if I straightened it, it'd probably be about mid-back. That took me 3 years to grow out, with me cutting it only once in 3 years. So it does take a lot of time. It's a lot of commitment. So if you guys are thinking about doing it, that's something you need to be aware of. Okay, so in terms of if you are somebody who's thinking about it, but you're worried about your hair being balding or thinning, the only thing I'm going to say is don't grow your hair out. It's honestly, it's not going to look good if you do have balding or thinning hair. And you're probably going to end up going completely paranoid, because on average, I've read different things on different websites, but they say that the average is you lose between 50 and 150 hairs a day. And obviously when I buzz my hair, you're not aware of it. But now that my hair is long, trust me, like I find hair everywhere. Like it's in your pillows, it's in your clothes, it's in the bathroom drain, which is like a pain in the ass in itself. So if that's something you're worried about, you're gonna like see that and you're gonna probably freak out because it looks like you're losing crazy amounts of hair. Yeah. So that would definitely be my recommendation in terms of if that's something you're worried about. I would not recommend you growing your hair out. So a very simple. I'm trying to rush through this because I don't want the video to cut off. So one of the things that when I started growing my hair out, like just basic things that I wanted to know, or like that would have helped me in videos, is just like basic stuff. So like I'm going to show you guys some really basic stuff. So here we got an elastic, just like a very basic, like just basically doing a ponytail. So all you do is you gather all your hair. I mean, like, I know all this stuff seems crazy simple, but trust me, like, if this is something you've never had to do, then all these things become kind of tedious to begin with. So for men, usually it's more socially acceptable to have a low ponytail than have a high ponytail. So low ponytail, I mean, basically you just pull your hair and you pull it down to the bottom here, then you take the elastic and you wrap the hair through it, you flip the elastic over, and you do it again, and boom, you got a ponytail. And then you can kind of tighten it by pulling your hair like this. So I think that's probably one of the more socially acceptable ways of wearing your hair as a guy if you have long hair. As a disclaimer, I have very, very dry, naturally fairly curly hair, probably like medium to thick hair. So I personally actually hardly ever wear my hair in a ponytail because for me I think it looks kind of girly because I have naturally like curls and waves in my hair, and I think it looks kind of girly when you have like curly wavy ponytail as a guy. If you have straight hair, then you can probably pull this look off a little bit better. And my recommendation is for all the things that I'm going to show you guys, you can always start off by putting your hair in a ponytail. So all the different styles I'm going to show you today, you can just start off. So like the next style I'm going to do is what I call a flip over. I'm not really sure if that's the actual name of it. And this is the style that I probably recommend for work, because I think it's probably the most professional looking you're going to get as a guy with long hair. And the simple fact is, in this day and age, long hair is not considered business appropriate. Kind of funny, women can have short hair in the business place and it's considered appropriate. However, men can't really have long hair in the workplace and it be considered business appropriate, which kind of goes into this realm of sexual or gender equality. Are we really as equal as they say we are? But that's a whole new topic I'm not going to go into. So again, put your hair in just a regular ponytail.